Welcome back to Classic Large Car Garage. Today we're going to be working on some suspension and some frame, drilling holes, moving holes. Let's get going. We are working on the rear suspension. Working on rebushing the alignment pivot bushings here, and then you've got your bushing that goes and mounts underneath the axle. So we've got two of them. We already pushed these bushings out. We need to clean them and actually get the sleeve. Gotta get the sleeve part of the bushing out yet still. But I'm going to show you how we do pushing these out. Got a big rubber bushing here, and then this one's got a pin. It's got a bolting connection on each side. But we got our 50-ton hydraulic shop press here that we've been using. Works out pretty well.
And then there's that big awkward silence, you know.
Any commentary?
I don't think so.
Nothing. Nothing from Travis. So, then once we get that all freshened up, Travis is going to be working on more of the suspension part of things. We've got upper arms, lower arms, airbags, all sorts of fun stuff. And then we'll get to the next part, which is going to be the frame. But we'll get there in a jiffy. So, get your snacks, hang tight. And just like that, we've got the bushings pushed out. So now we're gonna have to come in, and we've got, let me get you in here close, put your magnifying glass on. So we've got a bunch of scale and rust in here that we need to get that all cleaned out. Get it nice and shiny smooth like it is here on some of the spots still. That way our new bushing goes in nice and smooth. And I think I mentioned before, like, we gotta get a torch and just cut a nice little slit all the way through on one end. That'll help relieve the pressure, and then we can just kind of tap that out, and then we'll get that done. Get the new ones pushed in, and we'll show you that too. So, because that's just as exciting as what you just watched. So, see you in a bit. Travis is doing some cutting here. Got my upper bores cleaned out. Got to do a little bit more cleaning on the edge when we push the bushing in. Travis is working on those bushings. He's got this side out, still hot. So I'm going to start cleaning these. Woo! Alrighty. Okay. It's another day. And we got our bushings in. We got our lower middle pins in. Use the old press that Travis is pushing over there to put away. And said we were gonna film it, but it was a Bearcat. So we've got that part done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna switch gears and we're gonna move over to the frame here. Move my table here, and we're gonna show you how we're gonna transfer all these holes, because we got to move the suspension basically 52.5 inches forward, which is the distance between where that hanger would be and that hanger. And we're gonna basically transfer all these holes up into here, and then some of these holes are different back here, like for the torque arm and the bump stop. Some of that's going to be different up here. So a few different spots for that stuff, but we're gonna set it up, show you how we do that. And it's actually a pretty neat way. I'm not sure, haven't really ever seen how other people do it, but we're gonna show you how we do it. So hang tight, we'll be back. Okay, so Travis and I, we laid out our paper here on the frame rail. That's what I like to do. I'll show you what I use here. Ooh. We used, basically this is masking paper for like a body shop type deal. So, oh, lost my razor blade. This is an 18-inch roll. Probably could have did it with a 12-inch, might have been stretching it. So 18-inch roll, rolled it out, cut it, and then used a piece of 3/4 inch tape, and then that's our edge. So when we mark our holes and move it down, we have that same straight edge, so it keeps our distance from the top down to the bottom. So now you can kind of see through there from the light on the back side. So this is where all our holes are. So what I like to do, Travis walked away, I was gonna have him hold the camera. I like to take an old trusty ball peen hammer here, and what you can do, oh boy. What you do, I don't know if I can hold this and do this at the same time. Oh, he's coming back. There it comes. Okay. What I like to do, figure out, obviously we know which our holes are, so kind of hold the paper and then just kind of use the old ball peen. Might help to clean the tip of it. So basically that just goes around that hole because it's got that nice sharp edge. Creates a nice perfect hole. And then you just do that going all the way down your frame rail to all the holes you want to mark. That's on your paper. And then we just take the paper, like I said, move it forward. See, the nice thing is, I think I had mentioned, so here's where our rear spring hanger would be. I said we're gonna move 52.5 inches. So basically, when we move the paper, we'll just move it all the way up to this set of holes. So that'll get us the perfect measurement. And won't have to do a bunch of other unnecessary measuring. So we're gonna go along with our hammer, mark out all our holes, and then we can move our papers. But that's how I like to do it. Put in the comments, have you ever re-drilled holes in a frame rail or anything like that? Oh boy, the paper, it's getting windy. How would you do it? Would you measure each hole individually? I feel like this works out pretty well. It's pretty quick, and like I said, using that round end of the ball peen hammer makes a nice perfect hole. So that way, and then once we move it, we'll show you how we continue on from there, marking the next set of holes to get drilled. So think we'll do a time lapse and make it happen. And just like that, we've got all our nice holes marked. All the ones we were going to use. Travis is over here knocking out his. It's not fun. For all you headphone wearers. Ding, 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 ding. Yep. Nice and clean. It's the end of the day, so we'll be back tomorrow to show you how we move it. All right, so we got our paper moved on the frame here. Basically just undid our tape lines, then moved it straight forward. And this is what I meant yesterday, like as far as moving it forward and lining up our holes. So we've got our holes lined up. So these are ones obviously that I'm not gonna have to drill. Stick my finger through there. But then these up here, we'll use a little bit of white paint. You can use black paint, red paint, whatever kind of paint you want. I like to use white. And then we'll just kind of come along. Pretty simple like. And then you just kind of shoot it right over that. Transfers our holes. And then you can let that dry. Take your tape off, or your paper. And then I like to use a center punch. Mark your center of your hole. And then we'll get the mag drill out. I might go along and do another coat just to kind of make sure it's on there good, but basically that's the concept. That way we can see which holes we need to do, which holes are gonna stay, that we don't have to drill, so that's nice. Obviously this isn't gonna work for every application. Depends on how you're doing your frame, stretching it or shortening it. So this is how we do it. This is how I like to do it. Works pretty well. So we'll let that dry, put another coat on, and then we'll get our mag drill set up and we'll show you that. Okay. Talk about the mag drill here. This is the mag drill that I've got. Kind of a cheaper brand, Blue Rock, whatever. Got it off of eBay a few years ago. Actually works pretty good. Don't know if anybody else has ever heard of that company or not, but does what I need it to do. And then we got our bits. I have not checked our hole sizes, but most of them are going to be 5/8 bolt. So I usually drill those out to about 11/16. These are going to be a little bit bigger for the spring hangers. But I did go along, use my center punch, marked all the centers so we can take our paper off. And like I said, we'll get the old mag drill stuck on there. And then we can start cutting some holes. One thing I'm usually pretty cautious about is when you drill. You want to make sure your surface where you're drilling it is clean. If you got a bunch of rust and stuff, that'll really mess up your drill bit. Yeah. Off here. There you can kind of see our holes better. So some of these will be alright. These back here, it's going to be in the rusty spot, so I'll probably take like a grinder and clean that up so it's got fresh steel. Like I said, those annular bits are touchy and you don't want to dull them out real quick because they're expensive. I can sharpen them a couple times just with a hand little die grinder, but for the most part you can only do that a few times before it just doesn't work. Or you can send them off to have them sharpened, but that also requires time and money. So usually try and get as much out of them as I can, just doing it myself. And then buy some new ones every once in a while. Pull this one off here. Long piece of paper. There we go. So, next step. Little mag drill out. Start drilling some holes. Alright, we got the drill set up here. Got my safety chain on. I'm gonna start drilling some holes. Oakley dokley. So we got all our 11/16 holes drilled. So now we're gonna switch to our next size, 7/8. And the way we do that, so it's just got a couple Allen screws that hold that into place. We will loosen those up. Switch over our guide pin. There we go. Guide pin. Slide that through the hole in the bottom. Boop. Put that into place. Then we'll line up our two flat spots here where our Allen screws are. Tighten that down. And drop the Allen wrench in the garbage. That's good stuff. Okay. Tighten that dude up. It's the wrong way. Alright. Tighten down. And then we will put that away. Actually, we're gonna have to use that on the other side, but we're I'm going to start with this, do the switch while I'm still on this side. And then I will continue on with the bigger holes for the suspension hanger. So we'll do those with this bit, and then we'll switch to the other side, do those, and then switch back to our 11/16. I believe it's 11/16. That's what I was using. Yep. Switch back to our 11/16 and finish out our holes on the other side. Alrighty then. If you made it to this part of the video, thanks for watching. We did get all the holes drilled and it's looking primo. Nice fresh holes here. That'll be the front hanger. Got your bump stop, shock bracket, airbag, another little hole for something else. But then that's where the back axle will sit. And then we got our other new holes. Some of these we will fill in and just kind of clean it up so it doesn't look like a big old piece of Swiss cheese. So, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And probably in the next one we'll be starting to put the suspension back together, cross members. We gotta do a little bit more cleaning in the rails, but stay tuned. Thanks for the support.